In the 5+ years since our last interview, Cheyenne Jackson became a husband and dad, netted on some of the hottest TV shows, and even cleaned up some of the tats on his arms. The LA-based Broadway favorite is back in New York City, promoting a role in the new movie musical Hello Again, out in theaters on November 8th. Hear all about his steamy scenes with Audra McDonald, the Lady Gaga dream project he made up on the spot, daddyhood, and more on this week's Show People. Cheyenne Jackson, so good to see you.
Hi.
Back in New York, back on Show People.
I know, it's good to be here. It's weird, but good. It feels
New
good.
York misses you. It's nice to have you. I know
Thank
you're
you.
pretty much like a LA guy now.
For now.
For now.
For now.
Going well.
Yeah, it is going well. Yeah, but I'm telling you, I got here a couple days ago and just walking through Sherwood Alley and...
You still get the tingle?
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Yes, it's my heart's desire.
Yeah.
This is why Broadway is why I moved to New York, and I miss it, and I've been trying to see everything I can in my 3 days here. I saw Torch Song 2 nights ago. Michael Urie was so great.
Yeah.
And then last night, Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah, I saw it.
I know I'm so late to the party. I haven't been here.
Still a party.
It is a party, and it was honestly, Sarah Paulson. We saw it together.
Yeah.
It as the song says, words fail. Honestly, I was sobbing so hard at one point. A lady tapped me on the shoulder and she's like, "Sir, are you okay?" When we were doing Secret Garden a couple years ago, Ben was working on it.
Right.
He was talking to me about it, and he was so excited about it. And I've never seen something so open-hearted, so present the whole time. Usually you see people kind of go in and out, or kind of like claw their way back in.
No, it's 1,000%.
It is insane and so committed, and I'm so inspired by musical theater again. Sometimes you go through pockets where you're like, ugh. And I just am so happy I saw that performance.
The last time we sat here and talked, it was 5 years ago.
Was it?
And yeah, I just watched it again. And you're basically an entirely different person.
Yes.
Your entire life has changed.
It's true.
Since that moment.
It's true.
You're married.
Yes.
You have children.
Yes.
You're on some of my favorite TV shows. I love American Horror Story, and I'm glad that you're part of that little family because I love it every week. Although sometimes you're not on it. You know, sometimes characters come and go. Which is upsetting.
Sometimes you make it a little further every year.
Yeah, you're a different guy. So how are you actually different? I mean, obviously a lot of things in your life have changed.
You know, listen, in life you go through ebbs and flows and chapters, and sometimes you walk through a door and you truly are a different person when you go through. And I am a different person than I was. Jason and I have been together 5 years now. Right. Almost 5.
Tattoos.
Yeah, actually no more.
Tattoos you had to deal with? Because we talked a lot about your tattoos last time. They're gone. How painful was that?
Incredibly painful.
Oh, wow.
Sitting in the makeup chair for an extra hour to cover ink on your arms. No bueno. So I started the process about 3 years ago. I've had maybe 15 sessions. I'm just keeping that one so you can kind of see the difference. But it hurts like a bitch. It hurts so much, and it's really expensive, and it's really horrible, but I'm glad that I can clean it up.
So you're in New York primarily because this movie, Hello Again, is coming out. And you're in it, and it's a movie musical, everyone. I know we all love movie musicals.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful movie. I watched it last night.
Oh, good.
And there's a lot of sex.
Yes.
It's based on, and of course, one of our great composers. Are you a big fan of Michael John LaChiusa?
I am, but I have to say I am now. I had never seen this piece before. I knew some of his work, obviously, but I was one of the few people that had never seen any incarnations of this, hadn't heard any music, so I definitely had to just learn it from the libretto and from what was on the page. You'd be good in Giant.
You should be in Giant, too. He wrote the Giant
musical. I think there was talk about that years ago. I think there was kind of... We were trying to...
Yeah, you're good in cowboy boots.
Yeah, you know. I've practiced.
You pulled that off. You got the name. But so Hello Again is... So it's based on this sort of classic, La Ronde is the original play.
Yep.
It's a musical about sex.
Yeah.
And you would see two people, and you would see their scene together, and then you would see one of the people go into another scene, and it became a big chain.
Definitely.
But the movie is sort of slightly different. Right, because you play two characters in it, so we do see the actor go from
Right.
one scene to the next, but you're not the same character.
Right. Well, they're set in different time
Right. So it goes through the entire century,
right.
which
so
is
like,
cool.
yeah, 1920s and 30s and
Yeah.
70s, and so so you basically, it definitely, sex is a huge component of it,
Yeah.
but it's this connection between two people, this sensual connection,
Yeah.
how we see that manifest, and then one of those actors goes to a different time frame, and then there's a new person coming in the mix, and you kind of see like, how is this all going to make sense? And that's the beauty of the piece, how it all kind of comes full circle with Martha Plimpton's character. And so in the 70s, I'm with Tyler Blackburn.
Yep. You're in the 70s. You're at a disco.
Yes.
Full out 70s.
Full out 70s,
Yep.
very groovy.
You're in the deuce.
Yeah,
You're in the deuce, basically.
Yes,
yeah,
actually.
you're on the street in the deuce,
Yes.
and then you enter a club, and
and
see
then
a guy.
all of that, and then I see a guy, and then I'm a writer and a director, and I got an angle, and he's just this hot young thing, and then so we have this connection, and then it goes to the new section, which wasn't in the play, is set in the 90s. Or no, 2000.
2002.
Yeah, set in 2000.
2002.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
And I am a music producer, and Audra McDonald is my
Audra
muse.
McDonald. Look at that.
Maybe you've heard of her?
You get to do like literally like it's a nice chunk of film work with Audra McDonald.
Yes.
How was that?
Awesome.
Have you ever worked with her before?
Just benefits,
Yeah.
just concerts, benefits. We've
Right.
been friends, but no, never like a full-on scene and songs and very explicit
Full
sex
on
scenes.
is actually a good description of the scene because it is full on, Cheyenne.
It
I mean,
is.
you do things with Audra McDonald that have never been done on camera with Audra McDonald.
Yeah, it was a first for both of us.
Yes, it's a lot.
Yes.
How was that?
It was.
Was there a lot of giggling? I was picturing a lot of like laughing.
There was a lot of that. You
a lot
have
of
to
outtakes.
Yes, and when you are doing something that's that intimate, also we're friends, so
Yeah.
there was we were comfortable and there was trust, but we only had one day to shoot each of these segments, so you have to really commit,
Yep.
make some choices, and jump in hard, because otherwise no one's going to buy it. It isn't going to work. So we had to really feel comfortable. But yes, at the end of the day, I am performing an act on her, and she's singing while it's happening, and then I have it's a whole thing. And so we kind of beforehand, we kind of blocked it out a bit, and we kind of just looked at each other like, all right,
Let's
are
do
you
this.
ready?
Let's do it.
Let's
Jump
do it.
in.
You're gonna go? I'm gonna go? Here we go. And boom, boom, ba-da-da-da-do. So it was great, and she's so wonderful. And our kids are the exact same age. She was pregnant during the shooting of that.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And our surrogate was pregnant. So
Amazing.
we've gone through that whole process.
So that's what you were
together.
talking about off camera when the filming was.
I didn't know she was pregnant
You
then.
didn't know?
I knew just right after.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe you would have been a little less aggressive with her. Maybe you would
I
have
know. I don't
thought
like to think
it.
about that. Weird.
I think
But,
we've just sold a couple thousand tickets to the movie.
Good.
Place. I think so. I feel good about it.
I have to say though, for a small movie like this, and also it's a big undertaking to do a period piece.
Yes.
And a musical, because we all sang live.
Wow.
And there was no tracks. We all had earwigs, and we did it, and we were in the middle of the scene, and
Yeah.
then we would just break into song. And the good thing about being able to do it live is you can take a breath, you can take a dramatic pause, whatever it is, and the piano player who's playing along will stop and wait, and then they just add the orchestrations in later, so it feels very organic.
So Audra McDonald was actually making those beautiful notes while you were doing those things to her.
Yes, she was.
Okay, on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Cheyenne Jackson. And we are back with Mr. Cheyenne Jackson, who is on screen with Audra McDonald. And who's your male partner in the 70s?
Tyler Blackburn.
Right.
Yeah, he was on Pretty Little Liars.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also a lot of nudity there too, and a
lot.
lot of careful sheet placements.
Yes.
For you.
Yes, and that's the thing on something like this, where you only have a day to shoot something like this, and there's 30 people standing around, and he hadn't done anything like this before, and he has a lot of like teeny bopper followers, so this was a big step for him. And
Oh, so but you, it's just like, hey, yeah,
well,
I've been naked on
just felt
TV
like,
before.
Yeah,
whatever.
I kind of thank God for American Horror Story, because I just prior to that I had just done my first nude scene with Lady Gaga
On Hotel.
Yeah, and you just kind of, once that is broken, like I feel like whatever, But yeah, I
Right.
helped him through that, and he was
Right.
great. He's really wonderful in the movie, actually.
Yeah, Hello Again is a beautiful movie, and you're right. The period, it really captures the periods in really nice ways, and it sort of flows through. And it really could have been kind of a disjointed mess, but
Yep.
it really isn't. It's very beautifully sort of pieced together.
I think so too. And look at, I mean, the scene on the Titanic,
Yeah,
a little teeny indie movie shot for $3 or whatever
Right.
they did it for. Truly, I mean, it seems like the Titanic.
Right.
I don't know. I was super
Yeah.
impressed with that. They did great.
and it's directed
So
by
good.
Tom.
Gustafson.
Right, so bravo. And I love these little
Yeah.
indie movie musicals. You
Yeah.
know, like, because, the last 5 years, obviously, it
Right.
happened too. It's nice to see these musicals get this treatment.
Yes.
And it's really going to help the musicals sort of grow on over the years. And
I hope so. It's
Yeah.
there is such an audience for, if La La Land showed us anything, it's
Yep.
that people
Of course.
will watch a
Yeah.
musical happily, and,
Yeah.
and there's an appetite for it. So yeah, kudos to them. And
Are there any other little musicals you would like to see make that leap?
Actually, I was thinking in the car, Dear Evan Hansen. I want to see that.
Oh.
Thematically,
Yeah.
I think people would love to see that. That's so important. What kids
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
are going through right now with social media and their self-image, and I think that would be, they should do that, and they should do it with him immediately.
That's what Ben Platt should do, like, in a month.
Yes,
Just go right into
absolutely.
the,
Oscar
make that movie.
done, signed,
Yeah.
sealed, delivered. You're welcome.
Yeah, it'd be incredible.
Yeah.
So it must be exciting for you as someone coming from Broadway
Mm-hmm.
and doing stuff in LA to get to sort of merge your talents into something like this. Well, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I've never sung on camera before.
Right.
I mean, I was on Glee, but didn't sing. So yeah, it was the first time I've been able to do that, and it was really fun.
Now, you grew up where?
I grew up in Old Town, Idaho, right next to Newport, Washington. It's on the border. Really,
Right.
yeah, a teeny little town.
How did this all start for you? What was your Dear Evan Hansen, or what was your show that sort of like meant
It was
everything?
a little show called Les Miserables.
Oh, that one, yeah.
I grew up in a little town, no running water, outhouse, out in the woods.
Really? Like
For reals.
For
For
real.
reals, yes. So we didn't have children's theater.
Right.
No tap class for me.
Okay.
But we had my French teacher in school, Mrs. Henry. She was known as the culture lady because she'd been to Seattle. That makes sense. She came into class one day and she was like, "You guys, there's this new show. It's called Les Miserables. You're all going." I was like, "What is Les Miserables?" I didn't know what it was, but I was so excited because we had to sign parent-teacher consent forms because there were prostitutes in it.
Oh, I love
We
it.
were all like, "Yes!" So,
And how old were you?
13.
Okay.
And so I'm sitting in the Spokane Opera House watching Les Miserables, and it opens up, and all of these beautiful people with like smudges on their
Right.
cheeks,
Yep.
and they're like, walking, and I thought, who are these people?
Yeah.
This is their job. They get to travel around in this cool show, and I just thought, I don't know what all that is, but that is what I want to do someday. I just put it away in my brain and just thought, that's what I want to do someday. Took me till I was 27 when I moved here, but yeah, that was my first.
What was your first Broadway audition?
The Early Modern Millie.
Right. Yeah.
My agent sent me on, it was a specific thing they were looking for. They needed somebody who could cover Mark Kudish,
Right.
who
Trevor
sings
Graydon.
very deep, who's a baritone, and who also could cover Gavin, who
Creole,
has
yes.
the most beautiful tenor of
Right,
all
so you had
time.
to- right.
And my voice has always been very low and very high. And also, I think it was the right thing at the right moment. I happened to be also the patter song. It was a really fast patter song. I've always been able to sing really quickly and articulate very quickly. And I don't know, I had so much confidence. I have never had an audition that good probably since.
Really?
Because you don't know what's at stake. I just came in, hello.
Kind of nailed it.
Yeah, and I remember them saying like, Cheyenne Jackson, like, is that your real name? I'm like, yes, it's my real name. So that's how that happened. And I was in the show right away. And
And you were in the ensemble, and then you covered both of them.
yeah, I was in the ensemble, and I played the dishwasher and the butler. This way, Miss Dillmount. That was my
Pivotal,
line.
yeah.
Yeah, it's important. And then Mark got a job at the opera, like I think about 6 weeks of me being there, so I had to go on for him.
Oh.
So I've been in New York for maybe 2.5 months, and here I am going on for this Tony nominee in this role.
Yep.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. I didn't even have anybody in the audience. It was that fast. Like my parents weren't there yet. I remember the turntable turning, and I'm sitting on the desk with my feet up, getting ready to be like, John, give my, and It was surreal.
Oh, I love that role so much.
Surreal. Good role.
Oh,
Mark
so
is
good.
brilliant in it.
So good.
Yeah.
And you became the object of affection for Sutton Foster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I got to go on a lot for Gavin because he got a TV movie at the time.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the Eloise thing.
Yeah, the Eloise movie,
yeah, it was a wonderful opportunity. And I walked by the marquee yesterday and I was like, oh, Millie. I love that.
So you've now been away from Broadway for 5 years. I'm not counting, but I am. And you were in The Performers,
That's
which
right.
I love. I always talk about how much I love that play.
Me too.
It was a great play. But what are you going to do? It is what it is.
Yeah.
So what would get you back now? Are you still like looking for Broadway opportunities?
Yeah. I just really kind of made that decision a few months ago where my kids are 13 months and I want to do it before they get into school.
Yeah.
So it's not too disruptive.
Okay.
But I miss it. I miss it like crazy. And I want to, just this place I'm at in my life now, I want to bring all that's inside of me into a new role. And I want to sing and I want to get out there. And, honestly, this year was super tough. My dad passed away 6 months ago.
Sorry about that.
Thanks. And listen, I haven't wanted to sing. I haven't wanted to get on stage. I haven't felt like it feels wrong and weird. I had a couple concerts recently where I kind of fell back in love with singing because I sing to my kids, but that's kind of about it. And I was talking to my mom about it. And I was like, she's like, it's so crazy that you're not singing and that you're not fostering this. I'm very happy to be on television and to provide for my family and to do that. But seeing Evan Hansen and seeing Torch Song and yeah, so
he's available. He's looking for the right opportunity. And Willow and Ethan are your kids, and I love them on Instagram. They're adorable.
Oh my God.
So how's daddyhood? What's been the biggest surprise of it?
Well, it's a fatigue that only parents know.
Yeah.
It's just you never are like rested in the morning.
Right.
Never. But
Right.
that is what you give up in that is that it is this unconditional, powerful, profound love that you never thought possible. And I have it twice. I have a son and a daughter, and they just started saying dada, and it is so overwhelming. I could cry. It changes everything. It makes your life and your work in particular not as important and more important, if that makes sense.
Right.
The small stuff, I do not sweat it. It doesn't matter. What's important to me is them and their well-being and our family unit. So it's everything I ever thought it could be.
I have more questions about those adorable children.
Okay.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with
good.
Cheyenne Jackson. And we're back with new father, Cheyenne Jackson.
Yep.
You seem to be nailing it. I love following it. I love following
Thanks.
all the social media.
Thanks.
So what are they like into? They're becoming little people.
Yes. Well, every day it's different. Every day it's almost like I see them get one more percentage alive. So they're almost walking. My daughter's a little head. Girls are always faster. She crawled sooner. She had more teeth sooner. She'll stand up against something and she'll like look at you and go. So she can hold herself for about 20 seconds. They love music. Music in our house, we've decided that we're not doing TV and stuff. We took a flight recently and you gotta like do a little TV just to get them through the 6 hours. But I want music to just be the soundtrack of their lives. So, and Jason loves music just as much as I do. So it is just constant, like from morning till night, all different types of music. They love to dance. They don't eat baby food anymore, so now they're all about eating with their hands. No more they won't let me feed them.
Okay.
They want to do it themselves.
Okay.
And so every meal is a whole to-do. And it's always filthy, and my dog's gained like 3 pounds because she sits under their thing, and she's like, so, yeah.
And you're Dada, and what's Jason?
You're both
Dada.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
Neither of us, everybody says like, who's gonna be Papa?
Right.
We're both thinking, I don't want to be Papa.
Right.
So I think they'll just figure it out. They'll just decide what they're gonna call us, and they'll know who they mean, and we'll know.
And Jason is the Cher to your Sonny. Yes. Or at least on Halloween. Yes. That was quite a costume.
Listen, any excuse for him to get in the dress, he loved it. And yeah.
And did the kids see you guys as Sonny and Cher? Wow.
And we wondered how that would be. They saw him without the wig, but just the full makeup.
Right.
And I was like, oh, how's this gonna go? And they both just kind of went. And they were fine with it. But, I just did the show that's coming out in January with Alicia Silverstone and Mina Suvari. It's called American Woman. It's set in the 70s.
Look at you with the 70s gigs.
Yes, I know. I don't know what it is. That's right. That's 3. I brought him to set, and I look so different. And I'll show you later. And, the kids were they didn't know who I was.
Oh, really?
Because I have, like, a totally crazy hair. And I think my daughter was kind of like, wait a minute, that's your voice. But yeah, it's pretty fun to watch.
Tell me a little bit about American Horror Story, because I love this show. You've been on 3 seasons now, Hotel, Roanoke, and you just finished Cult.
Yeah.
I love this show so much. It's been amazing to watch what's happened with Sarah Paulson because of this show and because of Ryan Murphy.
Yes.
And I love how he has this stable of actors, and I love that he loves theater actors. And there's so many things I love about Ryan Murphy.
Yeah.
And now he's bringing Boys in the Band to Broadway.
Yeah,
so
I know.
He's kind of bringing the Broadway thing together.
Yeah.
How did you first get that opportunity, and when did you know that Ryan Murphy when did you first meet him, or how did that happen?
I met him at Xanadu, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and he was so great and lovely, and then I auditioned for Glee for Mr. Shu, for Matt's part.
Yeah.
Obviously didn't get that, but he wrote me on to season 2 of Glee. And then before Hotel, I got a call from him. He said, let's go to a spin class together. It's very LA. So I was like, okay, fine. So we're in this spin class, and then during the spin class, he asked me, he's like, you want to do Horror Story and be married to Lady Gaga and play a designer? I'm like,
nope. That's
What? Say that louder, please.
So that's how it happened. And then every
spin
year.
Class.
It's been spin class. I know. Oy, Soul Cycle, not my fave.
Amazing.
And yeah, so that was it. And that was it was really kind of jumping into a whole new world for me.
Yeah.
Not my most comfortable genre, but I really just tried to learn as much as I could and keep it rolling. I mean, I had scenes with Kathy Bates, who was one of the main reasons I wanted to be an actor. I mean, her monologue in Primary Colors.
Oh, wow, yes.
Oh, my
yes,
God.
Of course.
So, yeah, it's been great. And then Roanoke last year, and then this year, he said, you're going to play Sarah's shrink.
Yep.
And you're going to be specializing in phobias. So, get into it. And I was.
And you had some secrets. You got to play with
lots
some
of
secrets.
And especially working with Sarah, anytime you knew that you were going to be working with her, you know that it's going to be unbelievable. I mean, because as you said, through Ryan's belief in her and giving her this platform, the world now knows what a star she is. She is the best.
Yeah.
She's the best. I'm telling you. Take one. She is there. She is every color of the rainbow, and is just relentless in her commitment to her craft. And it makes me want to be so much better. And every scene I'm with her, I'm just like, I just want to dig deeper and give her more so she can give me more. And it's this, we've become great friends, and I adore her. So
yeah, she was here right after she did Asylum, and I was obsessed with Asylum. But if you think of what's happened since then, I mean, it's just amazing. I'm so excited for her.
And she loves acting so much. That's what's so intoxicating to be around.
And you're friends with her now. You have great friends. You have some fancy friends in your phone, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
It is
and
cool.
When I see you out in the Hollywood, out in the scene, at the parties, and look at that.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's absolutely great. It is not lost on me. Yeah, when I think of where I was born and raised and where I've come from and life's journey and such, it's wonderful. It's totally cool.
And I'm sure you felt pressure when you were on Broadway to do it sooner. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a pressure when you think well, if I'm going to try to do the Hollywood thing, I got to get out there, and then for you, it's all happened in your 40s, which is amazing.
Right. It's true. And I do like that. And there is definitely a pressure, probably nowadays for the kids more than ever, when you do have a pop on Broadway, you definitely feel the clock ticking, okay, I got to make some TV happen, because that's kind of how it works. So after All Shook Up, I remember I just started to feel the pressure to, you need to start auditioning and things, and I just did not know how to be in front of a camera. It takes a while. And then Tina coming to Damn Yankees, Tina Fey, and then asking me to be in 30 Rock, that was kind of my training. So I love that it's all happened in my 40s. I mean,
Yeah.
that's great.
So let's talk about Gaga for a minute.
Yeah.
Because I know you know Gaga, which
Yeah.
is very exciting. And I hear a lot about Gaga maybe wanting to do Broadway.
Yeah.
Can you confirm these rumors in any sense? I mean, I know she originally sort of trained musical theater.
Yeah.
I know she did some, I've seen
She's
photos
never
of-
mentioned it to me. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
I heard it, and I want
Yeah.
it to happen. So anything you can do to maybe help encourage her?
she would be wonderful
She'd be
at
incredible,
it.
yeah.
She's another one that is she's an artist.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, from the tippy top to her toes, everything, there's nothing arbitrary. Everything is focused, everything has a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And she's another one that's she makes you feel lazy. You're like, oh shit, I gotta get it together. I gotta get moving, because she is doing so much.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see her. I'm so glad that Joanne tour picked back up. I'm gonna go see it in
Yeah.
LA in December.
Let's just dreamcast. Like,
Yeah.
let's say she said, okay, I'll do a Broadway show. I'm going to do it with Cheyenne Jackson. Do you have any, like, ideas?
I would want something new. I would
Okay.
want like Justin and Benj to write us a
okay.
new piece. And
Okay.
we're a couple. We're a husband and wife.
Okay.
And we're kind of a white trash couple. I'm just riffing here. And we've had a tragedy in our family, and then something happens. We come into some money, and we have to. I don't know what this is.
Oh, wait, no, I think you just figured out the first act.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
I would love
Justin
that.
and Benj can do the rest. Pasek and Paul, go write the rest of it. I like that. I'm into that.
Yes. No, she would be great. I'm excited. I'm so excited for Star is Born too. I mean, she's awesome.
Well, we're out of time. I mean,
What?
yeah, we're out of time. You're only in New York for a limited amount of time. You have to get back to all your fancy life.
Wow.
But it's so good to see you.
You too.
I hope we see you again soon.
Yes,
I want to
you're looking great, by the way.
Thank
You're
you.
looking trim. Still the best hair in the biz. Do you think you're ever going to be a dad?
What? This is
not
totally,
about you?
This is totally unrelated, Cheyenne Jackson.
I think I hit on something.
Just riffing. He's just riffing. It's good to see you as
Good to see you
always.
too.
Send my love to everyone out in LA.
I will.
And I hope we see you singing on Broadway soon.
Me too.
So let's work on that.
Let's do it.
Okay. Thanks. Good to see you.
You too.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.